individual track final of the day already coming up. I feel this time's gone flying by, and it's certainly one that the host nation Poland could be deciding for themselves. On the inside, certainly a man to watch. Charlie de Vals ran an absolutely storming race in Monaco, finished 4th at the Diamond League there and bettered his personal best by 3 seconds. I will go through the full lineup very shortly, but there, the men's 1500 meter final coming up now. As I said, from the inside out, Charlie de Vals with the fastest personal best in this field, 30:30:62 he's run. Andreas Almgren for Sweden, Jonas Rinner for Finland, Tom Elmer, Switzerland, Marcin Lewandowski for Poland, I've already mentioned the defending champion here, Andreas Dimitrakis for Greece, Kevin Lopez for Spain, Oleg Kajavka for Ukraine, Mateusz Spano for Italy, Jakub Halusa for the Czech Republic, and Amos Bertelsmeier for Germany, and Ravi Duka for France. So these are the men in this 1500 meter final. And there we can see Charlie Grice gone straight to the front to lead this field. 300 meters through in just over 50 seconds. Had a fantastic kick in that race in Monaco, Charlie Grice. The 25-year-old has made several international finals. You can see there he's looking at the screen, seeing himself and how close is the field actually bunched up behind him. The Greek athlete on his shoulder, Andreas Dimitrakis. And there we have the training pair, Jakub Halusa and Marcin Lewandowski, shoulder and shoulder. Probably will have discussed team tactics before the race. The two have just been training in St. Moritz in Switzerland for the last few weeks. At altitude, a very popular place, not just with these guys, but Norwegians, the Ingebrigtsens, Americans regularly going there as well. And as you can see, with the entire field very much bunched up together, some pushing and shoving going on there. Halusa's just making sure that he doesn't trip over the Greek. As the Spaniard now moves into the front, Kevin Lopez, 11-time Spanish champion at 800 meters, 1 European indoor medals, and very experienced runner indeed, the Spanish athlete. There we can see some more tripping. I think Halusa there getting caught out a little, and as you can see, the field still 12 athletes very closely together now. Charlie Grice moving up to the front again, and the French athlete on his shoulder as well. Still in the mix, Marcin Lewandowski, who has a very dangerous kick, had an incredible performance at the Oslo Dream Mile, and then went on to win the Street Mile in Boston just a few days later after barely any sleep. And there we can see now he's getting ready to make his move. But at the moment, before the final lap bell rings, it is Ravi Ducana of France leading the field. Charlie Grice there trying to make a move up on the shoulder of Lopez of Spain. And in fourth, Marcin Lewandowski, the home favourite, the poster boy of this championships, on Grice's shoulder. Now it's time to kick it. It's about to see who has the best spelling finish. Halusa in the past has shown form, but hasn't been racing that much this year already. But now Marcin Lewandowski leading the field with 200 meters to go. Charlie Grice still on his shoulder, Lopez still in the mix, Ducana as well, and the Swede also coming through, Andreas Almgren. Halusa now might have left a little too late, but Marcin Lewandowski, roared on by his home crowd, looks to be taking this, pulls away from Charlie Grice. Grice has Lopez on his shoulder, Halusa coming through in fourth, but it's Marcin Lewandowski, the Pole, who takes the win and 12 points for the Polish team.
And dare I say, the biggest cheer of the day, because he's very much a hometown hero, Marcin Lewandowski. As you rightly say, competes for the local club, born and bred in Bydgoszcz, and very much a very, very popular figure here. Draped as always by all the Polish winners, with the flag by Marek Klaugo. former European champion over 400 metres hurdles, now doing the honours as an infield announcer. As we look at this thrilling race unfold. Well, yes, it was fairly quiet during the first 2 laps, as we might expect, until Lopez then threw down the gauntlet. But what a great race over the last lap. Lewandowski, really, I mean, he started out life as a very, very accomplished 800-metre, and he's moved up to 1,500 metres. He's now well into his 30s, but still running as well as ever. Charlie Grice doing very well, just a little bit caught short for speed at the very end. Kevin Lopez, another man who's moving up from 800 metres to 1,500 metres. Halusa.
Halusa there, as we said, coming through strongly in fourth. He has shown that he has a strong kick, most notably when he took the indoor title a few years ago, thanks to a storming last lap, and as I said, training partner of Marcin Lewandowski, coached by Lewandowski's brother, and that's a good performance for this training group, dare I say.
Spain disqualified and no points going to Lopez means that the Czech Republic move up to 3rd, everybody else moves up a place. Nevertheless, doesn't affect the top 2, and Marcin Lewandowski gets 12 points. Charlie Grice just behind him, 11 points. Poland and Great Britain, Northern Ireland, followed home by Czech Republic's Jakub Halusa. So, who's going to secure their place in the 800 metres? We've got all 12 nations shoehorned into 8 lanes. The men to look out for, well, 2018 European outdoor silver, Andreas Kramer, although he suffered from illness rather dramatically in Gävle at the European Under-23 Championships. But, well, the favourite has to be Adam Schott, but may not have the race his own way. Well, it's often quite physical contest, especially when there's more than 8 runners in this race. 12 runners in this race, as with all events from 800 metres upwards, being run as a straight final. Schott immediately tries to steer his way out of trouble as they go through 200 metres. Coming round on the outside, Reuter of Germany taking it the long way round. Jamie Webb tucked in, running in lane 2, but has clear sight of the lanes in front of him. Kramer at the moment on the inside. So it's Schott, Reuter, Webb is coming around the outside. Kotitsas. 53.58, so pretty good pace at this stage. And it's Kotitsas getting to the front now. Well, Kotitsas hasn't got many international credentials, but he's certainly giving this a go. Schott tracking him, Reuter, the tall German. Diariba coming round the long way is really starting to pick up the pace now. So it's the diminutive Spaniard, Diariba, who hits the front. And Schott struggling at the moment. He found himself just boxed slightly. Now he's trying to work his way out of the pack. Coming around the inside, 200 metres to go. He's got ground to make up on Diariba. Diariba at the front, really working very, very hard. Schott, though, has got all the tools in his armoury. And Schott just pulls away majestically to take 12 points from Poland. Jamie Webb, excellent run from the Briton, coming through for 11 points. And Diariba hangs on to take 10 points with 3rd place for Spain. Well, that's, in some respects, went to form. Schott, a man who's run 1:43.30, has gone under 1:45 this year, and very much the crowd favourite, and he does rise to the occasion. And following him home, well, exciting talent. Britain, Jamie Webb doing very well this year, and Diariba, who has a whole host of international experience.
And this is where we can see there Schott has a very interesting way of running these races, because he has a very good, quick turn of speed that he often hangs back, especially indoors, and then comes around very late at the bend. I know he's been struggling with illness quite a bit as well. He did race quite a few Diamond League races, but every time was very much trying to stay out of everyone's way because he was ill. But here we can see now getting back into his shape that we've seen so many times from him in championship races there, with a very strong finish, overtaking De Arriba, pulling away, and then Webb coming through strongly. Also on the outside, Andreas Kramer looking good, as you said, also been struggling with injury, the Swede there, as he moves all the way out, almost in lane 4, to overtake Reuter, the German.
Yes, I'm very pleased to see Andreas Kramer coming back to a modicum of his form, a very talented runner indeed. Still not quite to his best, that's pretty obvious, but he's still got a good 6 weeks before the World Championships in Doha. And of course, many of the athletes here are targeting Doha, so they're just starting to round into form now. They've got Diamond League meetings, they've got European permit meetings coming up. They've also got the match, and this man, Adam Schott, will be representing Europe in Minsk in about a month's time. Confirmation of the results, with Adam Schott winning in 1:46.97. Jamie Webb and Alvaro de Arriba following him home for Great Britain and Spain. And Reuter of Germany taking 4th place. And of course, 12 points to Poland. That will consolidate their lead at the top of the team standing.
And we move on straight to the next final on the track. The women's 1500 meters. The men's 1500 yesterday was a very exciting affair, won by Poland's Marcin Lewandowski, the home favorite. As we take a look here at the women's lineup, athletes to watch certainly. Another Pole, Sofia Enway, very accomplished runner. Jess Judd, quite an interesting athlete, very accomplished in the juniors, lining up for Great Britain in Northern Ireland. Natalia Przyczepa didn't look too good yesterday in the 800, but we'll take a look at the full lineup very shortly at these World Student Games. And there's a lot of competitors lining up here from that event. 12 athletes, all chasing those very important points for their teams. And you will see some pushing and shoving, I'm sure, as there we can already see the Greek athlete there struggling to find her spot, is now drifting a little. Jess Judd at the moment taking it out, and on the outside Marta Perez, the Spaniard, now picking up the pace a little. I think there was no one really who wanted to take the lead. Now it's Perez, Judd and the German Grantz leading this field. Anyway, in the middle, the Pole staying there, and on the outside the Italian also coming through, Zanoni. At the moment, still everyone's very close together. As we said, it's probably not going to be the fastest of races, as tactics really play into part there. On the outside now, moving through, the Swiss athlete Delia Sklabas. Here we go, 400 meters and 67. Spaniard Perez still leading behind her grandson Judd. And on the inside also the French woman Elodie Normand in 4th. On her outside shoulder, Sofia Enway, the small Polish figure. But it's still Perez leading the field.
Well, Perez likes to front run. We've seen this in a number of races. Of course, she's quite an accomplished international athlete. She's been to World Championships, World Indoor Championships, and made the final of last year's European Championships. Hasn't got the quickest of times, but this is a good tactic. Take the sting out of some of these runners, and especially the likes of Przyczepa or Sklabas, who've run already. Maybe Zanoni, because Zanoni, of course, is a fast finisher, better known as a 1500-meter runner. And 67, it's a good pace without being super fast.
But you mentioned Przyczepa there, and we can see here the Ukrainian still hanging quite back, and she looked like she was a bit boxed in earlier. Didn't look that strong yesterday in the 800. Jess Judd now taking over the tall Briton. You can see she's almost an entire head taller than the likes of Perez or Enoi, but now he's really picking up the pace. The field is stringing out a little. Enoi coming through on the outside now. Very similar tactics to her compatriot Bydgoszcz, but she will have to prove her kick there. Judd leading still. Perez now tiring a little from leading that field. Grant in third, but really good running there from Judd, who's been with that front pack on the outside from the back. The Italian coming through, but really good performance there from Judd, who leads in that final lap. The field's now really strung out. Perez still on her shoulder. Grant's there. Enoi in the mix still. And Przyczepa has now moved up behind the Polish athlete. In the top 5 are now moving away from the rest of the field a little. There's a little gap that's built up. To Finnish athlete now trying to close, but it's still just Judd leading from Marta Perez of Spain and Grant of Germany behind her. Enoi now coming through on the outside. The small pole. And Perez making another move there after leading for so long. You said she doesn't necessarily have a kick, but very good running there from the Spaniard. And on the outside now coming through, as we saw in that men's 800, Sofia Enoi cheered on by the Polish crowd. And a fantastic finish there also from the Finn on the outside, but it looks as though another victory could go to Poland. France now coming through for Germany, but it's Sofia Enoi for Poland, and the crowd very delighted with that performance. And another 12 points to the leaders, Poland, thanks to Sofia Enoi. 4:08.37 for the multiple European medalist. Tactical race.
Marta Perez kept the pace very honest, going through 67 first lap and then just carrying on, pulling it out. Not that far off the championship record of Ukraine's Anna Mishenko, dating back to 2010, 4:05.32. And here we see Jessica Judd just coming up to the bell at this stage. And Marta Perez getting a second win. Perez having a good couple of years. Ran 4:04 last year. And this is the perfect pace for Perez in many respects, but there was no stopping Enoi. Enoi, of course, a very, very classy athlete indeed. Perez pushing hard as Jessica Judd starts to tire, but coming around the outside is Sofia Enoi. I'm sure boosted by the cheers of the crowd. As you rightly said, as we were looking at the race unfold the first time around, very good run for finishing from Sara Kovisto. Very close to her personal best.
Well, and also very impressive running from Kristina Meki, the Czech athlete, who actually finishes in third. And we were saying earlier that it was very close between the Czech team and the Ukrainians for that 7th and 8th position in the team rankings. And I think that was a very important point there with the season's best for Kristina Meki in third for the Czech Republic.
Very curious to have an insight into why Ukraine selected Natalia Przyczepa for this one, because maybe they were assuming it was going to be a slow run race and her fast finishing was going to count, but it didn't work out that way.
As we get the final results confirmed, and there we can see 12 points for Enoi for Poland. Grant looking very strong for Germany, and then Meki there coming through strongly. Also Koivisto, season's best there for Finland. Perez faded a little after that tough front running. And at the bottom, we can see Greece and Switzerland